everyone, this is lesson 2.1, the French and Indian War. The objective for today is students will be able to explain how territorial disputes between France and Great Britain over land in North America led us into the French and Indian War. The French and Indian War began over disputes over land between Great Britain and France. Disputes, also known as arguments, over land. So we had two groups. We had the British, and the British became allies with the Iroquois. Which was a group of Native Americans. And then with the French, and the French became allies with both the Lenape and the Huron tribes. So these two groups were at war with one another because of land. Primarily because of beaver hunting. Beaver fur was very valuable at this time period, and before the New England area became overrun with Europeans, there was a lot of beavers located in this area. So you can see here the two different areas that we're fighting over. So first we had our French, which you can see by the lighter color here. So French was the lighter color, and they're all located up more into Canada. Then you could see where we have Great Britain, which was all along the coastline. And then you could see the area that was argued or disputed over, which was kind of this area in the middle. George Washington became a general during the French and Indian War. Even though he lost his first battle, he gained a lot of popularity. And this is what's going to lead us into him eventually leading our nation as our first president. The results of the French and Indian War. So the British won. And because of that, because the British won, they gained land, ownership in North America, they created what was known as the Proclamation of 1763, which forbid colonists to go west of the Appalachian Mountains. And essentially what Great Britain was saying was that if you go west of the Appalachian Mountains, we cannot protect you against natives. So we want everybody to stay east of that so that we can set up protections. And this also led to a permanent establishment of British troops. So now Great Britain was much more involved in the colonies than it ever was before. How did this impact the colonies? Well, first, it encouraged the colonists to unite. So what we see here, our join or die poster, was written by Benjamin Franklin, or this was created by Benjamin Franklin. Because he wanted to unite the colonies. He was telling them, if we don't come together as one, then we aren't going to survive. And what you see here are all the colonies split up. We see South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, and New England. And you can see that the snake is all cut up into pieces. And that's kind of how the colonies functioned. They functioned as these independent little almost mini countries. And Benjamin Franklin was really saying, we need to be able to come together and unite each other and support one another. In addition, because of this, because of the British involvement, it really caused the colonists to challenge British authority. So really, the French and Indian War was a battle fought between Great Britain and the Iroquois nation, as well as French and the Huron nation. And they were fighting over a territory, a chunk of land that was known to have a lot of beavers, and that was very valuable at the time. British did end up winning that, which then increased British territory in New England, which then allowed for a much stronger British involvement. Because of the strength in the British involvement in the colonies that was never there before, it led to a hostile response by the colonists who lived here, not wanting that British involvement in everything they did. And so this is where we start to see the building up against for the Revolutionary War.